Unlock your full potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Good afternoon, family. Good evening from my end. 27 minutes past the top of the hour. It is 8:27. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, easy Tuesday. It's been a good one here. Super cold, raining the whole, literally, I'd say half the day. Since morning till midday there, it was a little bit gloomy, but during the evening it was a little bit shiny. But karibuni to another episode of the Africa Today Show. My name is Joby behind the voice. I can't turn on my camera. I'm not really on my glammy era yet. My leg is not allowing me to do my makeup yet.
Yeah, you wasn't glammy this morning, right?
Yeah, I was all right, but
All right, Joe. Somebody,
but
somebody's got a little vanity in them. Okay, it's all right.
yeah, I care how I look. I care how I present myself.
I got you. It's okay.
I don't like looking, crusty when people are
All right, okay.
seeing me glowing. But anyway, karibuni sana family. It's online on YouTube, on BitChute, on the network, and to those who shall be catching this on a replay. I'm not on Rumble. I can't set the show on Rumble when someone else
Okay.
is doing the show, so I opted the network. So karibuni. And before we get started, I'd love to remind you to actually download our app on the Google Play Store. Through the app, you can get yourself some amazing merchandise in terms of hoodies, vests, t-shirts, mugs. We have handbags for your side women, for your baby mamas, for everything. And talking about baby
Uh,
mama, we
how,
want to
how
talk
about
about
how about for the main women, for the baby mamas, and not the side women? Does everybody got a
well,
side chick, Joby?
for everyone. We want to talk about this culture of baby mama and also the
Uh,
child support, how it has literally affected black men, to be specific, how this
of
has
course.
literally destroyed the black family as well, what the agenda was all focused on. So I'll be sharing, and that's what we're gonna start with. But before we
Okay.
get to that, I'd love to share some brain and focus. Get yourself this and more of the amazing merchandise and organic supplements we have in terms of ashwagandha, multivitamin, we have moringa pure, we have simos. In case you're constipated, we have some amazing products for you there, and of course some amazing also organic coffee products and skincare products as well. Get yourself some and let us know how you feel about them.
Unlock your full potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Same email us in case you have any question, in case you're facing any issues before purchasing or after purchasing at KC News 15 at gmail.com. But as we get started with this conversation straight away, like I said, there's a conversation, rather a video I was listening to yesterday, and this made me, dig more. I mean, we've discussed this, I've understood this, where we've seen even them saying that even if your child is even if a child doesn't belong to you, this a law or a rule that was passed 10 years ago, according to most of the videos I was looking at. They said even if a child doesn't belong to you, you're still gonna end up paying the child support, which I think it's really, really unfair. It's actually unfair. Not even thinking about it, it is unfair. Why am I
What is
paying
unfair? What?
someone
That's
for
why.
someone?
That's why you. That's why. Exactly. The child is not yours. That's why you better make sure of the women you mess with, and that's
Mm-hmm. And
why you better make sure
understand.
the women you mess with in the marriage. You better. Hey, no.
Mm-hmm.
Hood
And
rats,
understand.
ghetto snipes. The answer is no. I don't care how nice they look, how bad their body is. The answer is no.
And understanding you live in a system that actually can afford DNA, you can just easily do a
Of
DNA
course.
trace.
And
You
not
know,
just easy. That's part of the law. You're gonna get it regardless, Joe. It's not even
yeah.
a. It's not even saying you don't want to. You're gonna do it. You're
So
gonna
the
get this
original,
money.
the original fathers of these kids should be the one held accountable. But most of the
Exactly.
specifically
But
through
but those,
history.
those other guys got fooled though, Joe. So you believe the girl tell you like, hey, like my daughter's mama told the dude that child was his. He believed it. They got married and he never got no DNA test. So
Hmm.
so too bad for him. But
Well, I believe it's also how a woman behaves. Trust me, kid, because I don't know. I believe it's how I carry myself. If I'm an easily tempered person, it's easy for you to know something from me. If I'm someone who can
you think
control,
so? You think
yeah,
so?
yeah, I
Because
believe
the
it. There's
whole
so many,
because
there's so
the
many
old
men,
because
so
the
many
old
men.
rule the old rule,
There's,
Joby, is
mm,
mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
mm-mm. I believe there's so many.
Uh-huh.
I believe
Go
there's
ahead.
so many men who had, and I'm talking about a group of men who had the desire to settle down, not a group of men who bumped into a woman and made them pregnant and now had no choice but to settle down. I'm talking about a group of men who were desperate for having a child, having a wife, and you find someone, especially if you're not really that much educated and you find a smarter woman than you, she can go sleeping around with other people or she could
Of
even
course.
come she can
That's
even
why it's
come
called
pregnant
that's why it's called
in this
mama's baby and
relationship.
daddy's maybe.
She can come pregnant in this relationship and use your desperation you know, to fulfill whatever, to
You just
to
explain what I just said.
of a
Daddy's
child.
maybe, mama's baby.
I don't know what that means in
That
America,
means
but
that
um,
means listen, Joe. You're not smart. Listen, Joe. You know what that means. Daddy's maybe. That means you don't know if the child is yours or not. It could be your maybe. But it's
oh, okay.
mama's baby. Mama knows it's her baby. The man might not know it's his. So it's daddy's maybe,
Yeah.
mama's baby. Get
So
it
I do
now.
believe it's so many group of men who are raising kids who are not theirs and they have no goddamn idea. We can
Oh,
prove
did you
no
see the
proof.
numbers in Jamaica? Jamaica's are like
No.
75%, 80% of the men raising children in Jamaica are not their babies. So that coochie's in the streets in
It's
Jamaica.
crazy. It's crazy.
Right.
But on the videos I have aligned, we have thoughts coming from, I have majority men, of course, who have something bigger to talk about how this has become effective to especially the black community and how it has destroyed the women as well. And
Of
then I
course.
have this woman as well who's understanding
Yes.
how this is being used, for
Yeah,
women.
yeah, to
So,
destroy black because no other women has destroyed their men more than black women. Black
mhm,
women have gone after this relentlessly to do
mhm.
this trifling shit. You see a bunch of Mexican women, a bunch of white in there in child support trying to destroy their men. You don't see that. You'll see
Mhm,
Asian women doing that. You see black
mhm.
women doing that.
Yeah, so I'll share all and get to hear because we also have other women who are saying men are whining about this. They have been whining about child support, but not about the white supremacy, not about racism, not
Well,
about.
what about? I can't worry about that if I'm sitting in prison. God damn it! Tell me about the white supremacy and all that shit and your evil ass actions. With this wicked ass government to lock my ass up. What about the white supremacy? Well, child support, the way they do it is part of white supremacy. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So the
not worried
first
about the
video I'm
white
gonna
supremacy.
share is a man who is actually shedding tears. This is something I've also seen commonly in most of the men who get super excited after getting done paying child support. It's like you're walking out of a certain
That's right.
prison.
You're out of prison because nobody's gonna be able to lock you up no more. No one's gonna be able to call you. You better get that child support to me now, Joby. I'm locking your ass up. Well, I don't got no job, and I'm taking away your driver's license, and I'll be out there dancing, Joby. I'll be doing an African dance. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Something that I thought would never
Oh,
come. Today's
right.
my last child support payment day, y'all. My last one. And I'm so happy it's bringing tears to my eyes. But not only is it bringing tears to my eyes, but I have afforded so many things only by the grace of God.
Yeah.
Let y'all see this here. Y'all see that Texas edition F-150?
Now you get to buy your car. The woman say, "What about your child? What about your child? Your baby? Your baby's supposed to get all that money. That baby don't never get that money. Them broads get that money. It don't do shit for the baby. Lying ass."
Exactly.
New. I've been paying $1,800 a month for 7
Ah,
years. I
dang.
pay $900 a month for 10 years.
When
Do
you
the math. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate it. But today,
you do the
this is
math.
the
Like Joey
last.
say, you better get a condom, nigga.
Pardon?
I said, ask Joey, you better get a condom on that. You better put a condom on that penis. You better do
Time you're going to get some money from me. You better spend it wisely. You better spend it wisely. Because you get nothing. I am celebrating something that I thought would never.
Let me
Yeah.
get
So
it here.
that's the first video of this man literally
You know,
benchmarking the black
all the
men.
black, let's read the comments. Black women, look at this coon ass Negro talking about he don't want to give us no money. He better take care of his children and blah, blah, blah.
Mhm. The first comment, someone says, "How is the baby mama gonna survive now?" Another person says, "Bro, that's 250K in the last 10 days." And then also someone else says, "Supporting your child, including finances, never ends for a good parent." And
Oh, and never ends. No, now he ain't got to go through her no more.
mhm.
Kid is 18. I'm done paying. I can give it directly to the child. So not going to her to fix her hair, get her nails done, her toes, get her car, pay her house. Damn all that shit. You
Mhm.
buy your own shit.
Mhm. Someone else says, I'm crying to I paid $1,600. Hold on.
A
I'm
month.
crying I paid 1,600 months for 18 years just
Yep.
for
18
them to
years.
get grown, have kids and more back in my house, being a father. Every
Well, move back in this house because ain't that some crazy? You don't have your kids. They move back. No, you ain't come back in my house. No, ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? $1,600 a month, 18 years. They be all bummed because their mama raised them all messed up, and they gonna come back and live with me. Ah, nah, that ain't gonna happen, Captain. I'm sorry. I might be bad about that. I'm sorry. Hey, take it. Y'all see my house. I don't got no kids and no grandkids up in there with me. I just can't take it. I can't take it. I can't do it. I might be mean. Call me cruel. Call me whatever. Now you grown. You gotta go. Hey, you gotta do it on your own. I'll send you some money every now and then. Not all the time either. Don't try to be calling me every 5 seconds. I need some money, Dad. No. Nope. Good luck to you. You're grown. Go live your life. Don't bring your bastards here to me. I, Daddy got it. Daddy need time to relax. Shit.
But yeah, we have the second video.
What can you possibly do for a child that's only 5 years old, Art, with $25,000 a month?
Wow.
Nothing at all.
$25,000 a month for a 5-year-old child. Yeah, because that money goes to them. That's the scam. That's the scam. And the reason when I understand why the scam works, guys, remember, everything they make is evil. It's not about helping the child, because remember, half the child support does not go to the woman. It goes to the state, and it pays for the police, it pays for the judge's fund, and it pays for their retirement. That's why the child support is always going to be high, and you're going to get locked up if you don't pay it. Because whatever state you're in, it finances the state. Their pension plans, or the judges. I was like, what? How is this even legal? That's why, no matter as soon as you go to court, you're never going to win. No matter what state you're in, all states are going to rule against you because it goes into the state funds to pay for their retirements, to pay for their lavish lifestyles. That money goes to them. So if a woman puts you on child support, you're done. I don't care what, it's no lenient state. If you're in California, Florida, that one state might be a little cheaper, maybe, but you're still gonna get judged that you're gonna pay child support because the state benefits off of that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump, but it's illegal. So it's not illegal. Every system they set up is always wicked and evil. Every system from a mind of psychopaths is always wicked and evil. Never about justice, not about no damn child. Mostly because half that money goes to the state and to benefit the state. The people work for, they get their retirement from that money and everything else. You're like, what? I thought it's supposed to go to the child. Nah, it don't. Some of it does, of course, but half that money goes to the state and the state representatives who put child support on you. They get the fancy new cars, their pension plans, their lunch salaries, all that shit from your money. Should be illegal, but it's not. And about child support, they tell you that people come back and start researching. Child support is a bank. It's a bank. They just draw money out the bank. It's a scam. Like they tell you about supporting the child. That's why you're always losing child support. Always. You always lose because they want that money. Go ahead, Joe. Yeah, but Joey, go ahead. Uh-oh. Joe, I lost Joe. It's the internet at the house now. So what's going on with Dr. Umar? Is it past time yet? I tried to find all my old shows. At least on Facebook, those are all gone too now, so they took down the channel. Tried to find that old show with me and Lady Divine 8 years ago, but she was arguing with me about Dr. Umar, and I called him a con man and a fraud. But he's a con man. He ain't gave me enough time. I said, listen, he's been pushing this school shit since 2011. That time was 2017. And we argued the whole show about this con man. I said, Jesus Christ, what kind of power does he have over you guys? And I know there's a scam. At that time, he didn't even have the school. He didn't even have the school yet back in 2017. He didn't even have that building yet over in Wilmington, Delaware. But I was telling her, hey, this is a con man. He's not going to build nothing. He's a scams and schemes, just like Tariq Nasheed. And only what she understood was Tariq being a con artist. Yeah, that's a con artist there, but Dr. Umar, nah, he's not. She understood. Damn, Tariq Nasheed being a con man, but not no Dr. Umar. She argued me left, right, and center. I said, listen here, that's a con man. He's preying on vulnerable women, getting the cinema just like your ass. You believe he's out there to help our people and all this crazy shit. I say he's been doing this hustle for 7 years and still no school. When did he get that school, guys? 2018? 2019? At that time, he didn't have no school yet. He didn't have them 2 buildings yet. And I was like, he ain't never gonna get no building. It's a con man. Remember a few years ago, I think like 2014, 2013. You guys, when Umar had that controversy with the stripper. There was a woman called the conscious stripper, and he told the lady to clap her butt cheeks for him. Y'all remember that? He got all kind of messages that she was releasing. He was cupcaking with this broad, told her to clap his butt cheeks. Yeah, the Prince of Pan-Africanism, Big Daddy, Big Papa, wants to see you clap them butt cheeks for me. You're like, what? You guys remember that? That's over 10 years. It's like 2013, 2014 with that stripper he was cupcaking with. Okay, Joey's back. Joey's back. Back, Joey?
Yeah, our lights had gone. They just came back.
Okay. Okay, so let Joey go. Let Joey play a video. So remember he was cupcaking with that stripper? And he was in it writing all kind of text. Let me see your butt cheeks clap for me. He like, this is Dr. Umar. Talking about, let me see your butt cheeks clap. This the dude, huh, Joey? I lost you, Joey. So I had to go to Dr. Umar talk.
Oh, sorry. Don't switch yet. Don't switch the topic yet. Let me continue where I was kind of.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
What's good, my friend? What's good, my friend? We back again. Thanks for stopping by. Man, let me tell y'all that y'all probably know, man. 80% of the men in our country pay child support like clockwork, no problem. And listen to this number. Only 15% of the men don't do nothing. So what does that mean? That deadbeat cry that we always hear, that ain't realistic. It ain't realistic. Now, hey, peep this out. Listen to that right here.
It said the most black men do what they're supposed to do.
The majority of child support orders in the United States of America, black men make up the majority of it. What is that?
Told you. It's all women. I said exactly. I didn't know the number, but I knew from what I see. That's what I told my son. Don't bring no ghetto broads in here to me, boy. Except my second oldest, I'm bringing these ghetto hood rats. Get them out my house right now, moron. Right up out of here. Idiot. Tell your child support so fast, your dumb ass won't know what to do. Get her ass out of here now. Oh, you being too rough on him, Dad. Blah, blah, blah. He don't think you're good enough for me. Yeah, exactly. I'm live, so I'm not. I was gonna hide it because he told the girl he don't think you're good enough for me. Yeah, I do. Tell her to get her clothes and get her fucking ass out of here now. Don't bring her ass back over here.
Now, brothers on child support, not because they have to, it's because they want to.
Exactly.
Because you know why? That money flowing in every month like clockwork is way more important than you having a relationship with your kids.
That's right.
You can't feel sorry for every woman that's crying and saying that the daddy don't do nothing because 9 times out of 10, it's not realistic. Because when I first realized that the child support system was a racket, because you ask me, I think Section 8, WIC, Family First, Medicaid, child support, all that stuff tied in together, if you ask me. But when I first realized it was a racket, child support is tough enough for a man to pay already. But now they want the child support offer. They want you to come out and get insurance on your kid that's going to cost you $65 to $75 a week. And guess what? The women don't even use that insurance for your kid. You know why? Because they're using that free Medicaid that they get. So guys, that insurance that you paying for at your job, man, your baby mamas and your ex-wives, and they ain't using that insurance because they don't need it. Man,
No, because they got to
system
pay
ran the trip
the
about women.
they got to pay the deductible. They don't want to pay the deductible because you got to pay $2,000 or $3,000 on top of what you've been paying just to use the shit. Who's got $2,000 or $3,000 just laying around? That's exactly right, man. Boy, that ain't never been in that shit. Just my ass.
And they don't even realize it. And our women sit back and draw that money year after year, week after week,
Yep.
18 years. And then when the money stops, now your life is in turmoil now because that money
Yep.
that you've been living on and depending
Been
on,
living off of.
it done stopped now. So now how do you recoup that money? And now, if you ask me, man, I think because they said that black people divorce at a higher rate than any other race at 30%.
Now we
I
do.
think
We
the
didn't used
broken
to.
homes and I think the
They
crime
destroy
and the way that America
on
is now, I think
purpose.
it all stems from the black home being broken up.
Yeah,
I
dummy.
think a lot of the young
You just
boys
figured it out.
that you see that's committing crime in the world, I think they're a product of my generation. They're a product of them child support babies from my generation. The child support mamas, the deadbeat mamas that don't want to let the guys see their kids. I think these the
Yep.
kids that's being angry and mean that you see them run
Of
around
course,
terrorizing the community.
right? Exactly, because they never got to see their fathers. The women use the kid as a weapon. They got the child support, and they didn't have to let you see your child. That's another scam. Motherfucker, I'm paying money. How the hell I don't get to see my child? Because the law said I can do what I want to do. You don't get to see your baby. You just pay my money. He's like, what kind of system is this?
Okay, so the child support program
Umar.
has been in operation in America since the 1800s. Okay, since slavery, the child support program has been in operation in America. Prior to the 1970s, before the 1970s,
I never used it.
the child support program was designed for white single mothers only.
Mm-hmm.
White single mothers only were allowed to access the child support program before the 1970s.
See, so they made it about races. Pause it. See, I didn't know that. So we know at that period of time, what were they trying to do? That's when they brought the feminism in. You had the black women with the fist with the white women. They're trying to destroy the black family. They were giving welfare to black women, said you couldn't have no black man in the house if you got this money. So everything they do is wicked. I didn't even know this. I didn't even know everything they do is to destroy our ass. Everything is wicked. Go ahead.
All the way to the 1960s, the
Wow.
child support program was off limits to single black mothers.
Wow.
Okay, this is very important because a lot of times we don't get the real history to the child support program.
Yeah, I didn't know none of that. Wow. I know what it's about now. I already knew what
The
it's
child
about.
support program was first set up in the 1800s, and from the 1800s all the way to the 1960s,
For white women, help them out.
black single moms could not use child support. If black single moms needed help, they would turn to the black community.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Before the 1970s, the black community was self-sufficient.
Self-sufficient. Exactly.
Social
Exactly. Pause. Remember, we were self-sufficient. See, this before the MLK shit. This is all doing the MLK shit, the integration. We were self-sufficient. Remember, they told us we had to stop us from being self-sufficient, break our backs, destroy our businesses. This is the same thing you read yesterday, how to sell to the Negro. This is the same period of time. This is why them dismantling and breaking our backs. Go ahead.
to help out single black moms. So before the 1970s, black single moms never needed to turn to the courts. Black single moms never needed to turn to the states.
Because we were community.
We had programs in the black community to help support financially single black moms before the 1970s.
And if they're trying to help them, why they locking up people? Because they want slave. Because with them is always evil. They were never locking up no white men. We're just white men doing the shit. Black people now they locking you up, taking away your license, your passport, putting you in slave labor. We're completely the evil. Go ahead, Jim.
So by the 1970s, everything changed. By the 1970s, everything changed. Black single moms, for the first time, were allowed to access child support.
I didn't even know that
First
shit.
time in the child support history,
History,
Black
wow.
moms were allowed to finally put their kid's father on child support.
And that's when all the
So it
laws
was by the
changed.
1970s that the child support program was reestablished to mass incarcerate Black men.
Exactly. He knows about incarceration. Exactly. Now all of a sudden it's all now you get locked up and all this other shit. And for 100 years they had this shit going on for white men. No one's getting locked up. Now this is mass incarceration program. And motherfucking broads, you know what the fuck it is. I didn't know where it started, but I knew the repercussions. So at least I know now that all, man, these motherfuckers, they never stop with their wicked shit. They never stop warning on us. I wasn't, okay, Jesus Christ. That's right. Now we're gonna give you bitches some money. We're gonna start locking up these men. Why they gotta get locked up? Because we need slave labor, stupid ass. You want some money, that's how we gonna do it. Okay, well fuck them, get that money. Fuck them Negroes. Go ahead, Joe.
It was by the 1970s that the child support program in America had been used to sabotage the lives of Black fathers.
Yeah, I knew that.
The whole reason why Black single moms were allowed to use child support by the 1970s was the federal government can use single Black mothers to put their kids' father, Black men, on child support.
Exactly.
The federal government used single Black mothers to put Black fathers on child support.
And what would that do? That would cause division. That would cause division with Black men and Black women. That's why you see Black men don't even having. Most of Black men don't even fucking with the Black woman. Man, nah, I ain't fucking with that. Fuck out of here. Put me on child support. Yeah, gotta be locked up and all that old shit. That's why you got passport bros. You understand that? You willingly went along with this shit. We told you this was destruction. Any fool could see what it was. Any fool. That's why you got the Pookie and the Rayways, the low budget Negroes having sex with the majority of Black women. That's just a fact. Majority of Black women didn't mess with the dusty ass Negroes. Because the other one's like, nah, I gotta see your paperwork, Rod. I gotta make sure you right in the head. I even put my penis up in you.
Occurred by the 1970s.
Put your penis up and you could send me to jail.
And why this is important is because the 1970s was the decade that the federal government started to wage war on the
I said that.
community.
Exactly.
The 1970s that the federal government started to wage war on the Black community.
Yep.
So I'm going to put all this together so it all makes sense.
Cause I already know what you said. That's the same time, President. This is when they raging war on us. This is when you got the goofy goddamn black fish, white fish shit. Where you got the damn MLK shit happening. You got, because we were warring in the streets, so this is them warring back on us. Through policy, right? This is when they start dismantling all the jobs and I said, well, okay, these Negroes don't need no jobs. We're going to destroy the economic base and try to send all that shit to China. And when they start dismantling all the manufacturing bases in the major cities that Black people lived in, right? That was, it all was a massive war on Black people. Massive. And I knew the child. I didn't know the history of it. I never looked it up. Because I guess it didn't really concern me because I ain't on the shit. But I knew it was some wicked shit. I knew it was always some kind of goddamn weirdo wicked shit. Always. Go ahead, Joe.
The first thing I got to explain is that the federal government systematically forced Black mothers to be single. Okay, this is the beginning of.
They started getting them Section 8. They started getting Section 8. They got free housing. They got welfare money, but they couldn't have no Black man. Say, you get this money, but you can't have no Black man. And so then that would induce him some more with the child support. You have a baby by a black man, put his ass on this child support thing. What is that? We never got that. What is it? Well, you're going to get money for him. Well, anything happen to him, you're going to lock his ass up.
Crisis in the black community. The child support crisis in the black community
I knew it. Christ.
initiated
Yep. All the
from the
money
federal
stolen out of the
government
community.
systematically making black mothers single. Now, how the federal government systematically made black mothers single was by mass unemploying black men.
I told you. What was that? I told you. Massive unemployment. I told you. I already know the story. He got it right. I already know what happened that time. That's when they was destroying all the manufacturing. Black men were in manufacturing. Chicago, Cleveland, Gary, Indiana, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, damn, Philadelphia, Houston, all over the place. Black men were in manufacturing jobs that were paying good money. So they destroyed that. So they destroyed the economic base of black. This white man is wicked and cruel, always devising shit. And I said, the same time as the perfect storm, we're going to break you niggas' backs. Go ahead, Joby.
Were mass unemployed in the
That's right.
1970s.
As an employer.
This
Detroit.
is extremely important
Cleveland.
because in America during the 1970s, that was the beginning of the deindustrialization stage.
That's right. Get rid of manufacturing. Deindustrialize.
Now-
Send the shit to China. That's right. That's
We've
right.
been deindustrializing since the 1950s. The 1950s was the
No,
beginning
not
of
really.
deindustrialization in America.
Well, the 70s, no, it wasn't.
But every
That was the
decade,
boom.
deindustrialization got worse, and more
Mhm.
black men were becoming unemployed.
Unemployed.
Okay, many black fathers were becoming unemployed, and the 1970s was the decade where deindustrialization had hit the black community at a very rapid pace.
Harder. Sure did. Those are major jobs.
Okay, and now what the deindustrialization process was.
Pause it. I still remember my uncle, pause it, Joey. I remember my uncle, this is the time, I remember my uncle who lived in Compton, LA at that time. He was working at a place called Kaiser Steel. I was like, why are you living in Compton? Uncle, you making all this money, you working at Kaiser Steel. And Kaiser Steel was a big plant, guys. America was high in steel, just like where Jibba Jabba is, Pittsburgh. We don't make no steel no more. That's completely industrialized. It's in China. So I remember him losing that job. I remember that as a little kid. I said, what's wrong with you, young man? I lost my goddamn job. Kaiser Steel then closed up. I didn't know the ramifications of why would the steel company close it? What that mean? I didn't know that we were being industrialized and the shit was going to China. I was just a kid. I ain't know none of that shit. I said, oh, well, good luck, Uncle. You're getting another job. I was too goofy and young and stupid. Go ahead, Joe.
A lot of factories and blue collar trades
Exactly. Gone.
to the suburbs and to other countries.
So
in the 1970s,
they didn't go to the suburbs. They went to other countries. They went to China. They went to China.
Big factories that once employed many black men in the inner cities and shipped those factories to overseas.
Yeah, to China.
And when the federal government shift the factory jobs overseas, that caused a mass unemployment of black men. Many black fathers, thousands upon thousands of black fathers from the
and your child support can't
from
pay
the South
that
and
shit.
Midwest were being mass unemployed. Major factories that employ black men, that paid black men well. All those factories were being shipped off overseas, or they were being shipped off to the suburbs.
No, they didn't send it none in the suburbs. They shipped it all to China. There's no factories in no damn suburbs. What you talking about? I go all over the country. No factories in those suburbs because they don't want them there. Those are white neighborhoods. They don't want that pollution there. So no, there are no factories in the suburbs. Those jobs are all in China. Go ahead, Joe.
So white men were able to retain their factory jobs. White fathers were able to retain their blue collar trade jobs. Black men lost their factory jobs. Black fathers lost their blue collar trade jobs. And this is all was happening in the 1970s. And as black men were becoming systematically unemployed,
Women
it
didn't want them.
raised the black divorce rate.
Of course,
Okay,
women,
the
black women,
divorce
like black women were saying,
rate.
"You ain't got no money. You ain't got no money." What was that song? Somebody's play. You ain't got no money. That song say, well, man, somebody play a song about you ain't got no money. I forgot the name of that shit. You ain't
Yeah.
got no money.
Give
How's it
me
go, Joey?
give me my money.
Yeah, something like that. You know, you ain't got no money. So the black woman tell you to hit the road. And now you got the new thing you never even heard of, child support being put on. What's this child? What? Child support? What's that? You about to find out. Go ahead.
In the 1970s, there was a massive increase in the black divorce rate in the 1970s due
Of
to
course.
black men being mass unemployed.
Well, we can't afford. We can afford the coochie.
A
Yeah, you
lot
got to
of
go.
fighting was going on in black homes between
Of
black
course.
wives and black
Men and black
husbands.
women.
A lot of
Right.
bickering, a lot of conflict was going on between black husbands and black wives in the 1970s
We had no money to
because
support
of the
them.
frustration and anger and anxieties and stress
We had no money.
due to financial hardship, due to black men being mass unemployed in the
Yeah.
1970s, due to the deindustrialization that took place. Now, the deindustrialization process occurred from the 1950s all the way to the early 2000s,
Not the 50s. All the way
right?
from
But
1970s to the
the
2000s.
impact of deindustrialization really hit the black community hardest by the 1970s. So it was the mass unemployment of black men in the 1970s that caused the rise of the black divorce rate.
True.
And as black families, as black married couples were being divorced, that caused the rise of single black motherhood.
True.
A lot
Not
of
just
mothers
what's your
were
see this for the
being,
dumbass African. You look at this, you dumb African. What you about the baby mama? It's about the baby mama. Coach, that's your culture, baby mama. You don't understand white power, dummy. Shut up. Go ahead.
single because of divorce, because black men were struggling with employment. And even men, even the black men who were able to keep their
Not
factory
for
jobs,
long.
their income shortened. There was
Right.
a decrease in income for black men who
Income.
did keep their factory jobs or their blue collar trade job. Okay, so the deindustrialization in America in the 1970s, it mass unemployed black fathers, and it declined the take-home pay for a lot of black fathers who were able to retain their factory jobs or their blue collar trade jobs. So this caused a lot of infighting
Ain't
in black homes between black mothers and black husbands and black wives, and the divorce rate had accelerated,
skyrocket.
and that left a lot of black
Children
moms to be single.
single.
And on top of that, as black men, black fathers were becoming unemployed systematically, a lot of those same unemployed black fathers were becoming depressed. They started
Drugs.
using drugs. They started
Drugs.
drinking alcohol.
That's right. That's
They
when
started,
that's when you get an explosion of the drug use really in black America at the late 70s. So now, man, I'm still a little kid. I'm in LA and I'm seeing all the drug use and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Drug use and alcoholism. He not understanding the economic ramification because I'm a moronic little kid. Hey, what's going on? What's happening all this drinking? I don't want to do none of this. So it just didn't look right to me. So I said, I don't want to do none of this when I get grown. But I did see it. That understanding is because economic deprivation. And so some people have economic deprivation. They turn to drug use to escape their poverty. And that's when you start seeing all the heroin and cocaine flood to the black community. And then a little bit after that, here comes crack rock to throw you over the edge. Oh, shit, the crack.
Started hanging out in the streets because they were being depressed from being unemployed. These black men, you know, they were just depressed.
They couldn't take care of their families anymore.
They
were
weren't
worthless.
able to provide for their families.
Families, exactly. A man can't provide for his family. Well, let me say this. When a man can't provide for his family, I've been there. I lost a job before coming where I've been. You can't provide for your family. You feel worthless. You better make sure you got an understanding woman. See, that caused divorce. I think that ended up causing my divorce as well, because the damn disrespect became crazy in my face, right? So I know what he's saying about them breaking up during the 70s, the hostility it caused, because I went through that myself on a smaller level. I ended up getting another job, but you couldn't repair what had been done while I was unemployed. You couldn't repair that. That couldn't be repaired in my book. The disrespect, the talking to me crazy, talking to me like I was worthless and shit. I wasn't worth anything. I felt that shit to my motherfucking bone. And I did feel this. I don't believe in depression. I never got depressed. I was like, damn, I'm all fucked up in the game. Right? Income ain't right. This woman talking to me crazy. Run out of my savings to feed my children right. But my kids are kind of cool. This woman I got, this woman was out of pocket talking crazy to me. Like, said, boy, when I get back everything, I gotta get rid of this motherfucker. It's that was in my head. I gotta get rid of this motherfucker. Once I get back everything popping again, I gotta get rid of this stuff. I got to go. I don't know how many years we got left, but it won't be many. Cause I gotta get this motherfucker out the door. And it never changed. I'm gonna tell you the date. I only lasted 4 years after that. No, 5. Because I was in 2008. At 2013, I was done with her ass. But nothing, with no savage. Nothing can repair that. Nothing can repair the disrespect of it's crazy. To men, if get a woman that's your friend that understands ins and out how society works. Because if you lose your job and you with this woman, she start talking crazy to you, man. I don't know if you recover from it because you see who they truly are. I don't know if you recover. You need a woman that understands you, that's going to be there in your place, that's going to be okay, to build your ego up, to help you out. Not to talk crazy. Your sorry ass ain't got no job. I don't know how to pay the bills around here. What? You talking to me, motherfucker? You talking to me? You're talking to me. What? Wow. You're like, wow. And in my mind, boy, getting rid of your motherfucker. My kids are almost grown. I'm getting rid of your ass. You out the door. I'm getting rid of your ass. My kids at that time was about to go in a college. Getting rid of your ass. You about to hit the bricks. Anyway, go ahead, Joe.
Okay.
And that caused a lot of low self-esteem among black fathers.
Exactly. I had low self-esteem.
Self-esteem among black fathers is what encouraged drug
use, low self-esteem.
alcoholism.
And I was never going to turn to no drugs and no alcohol. Damn that.
Who suffered low self-esteem due to losing their jobs had abandoned their families because they didn't feel like men. They didn't feel like providers.
Exactly.
They didn't feel
like your manhood. That's
so
true.
I want everybody to understand. I want Black America to understand that it was the federal government who caused a rift between black fathers and
we
black
knew this.
wives.
We've been to that.
Jeopardize the well-being and livelihood of the black family.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the 1970s, when the federal government had systematically unemployed black men and caused the rise of the black divorce rate, which caused black moms to become single, at the same time all this was happening, the federal government had taken control over the child support program. So the child support program had become federalized by the 1970s. All this was happening in the 1970s, all at the same time. And the third thing that was happening in the 1970s that caused a lot of Black women to become single moms was the interracial marriage rate. So in 1967, the federal government passed Loving versus Virginia, which legalized interracial marriage.
Interracial marriage. Now you coon ass niggas gonna be with your white women and your white men.
Since the federal government legalized interracial marriage by 1967 with Loving versus Virginia, by the 1970s, a lot of
Right?
financially successful Black men were marrying white women. A lot of Black men coming out of college, a lot of Black men who were entering professional and corporate jobs, a lot of them were marrying white women. Disproportionately, many professional corporate Black men who were financially stable, they were marrying white men. I mean, they were marrying white women due
And
to
like
the
I said,
federal
pause
government
that.
passing.
And like I told you, pause it. It was the black woman who was more loyal than the black man back then. All that shit you said, oh, it's a black woman that was not loyal. That's a lie. See, I'm going to be honest about who's right and who's wrong. Black women at that time were always more loyal to the community, to the race, than black men. Black man was the weakest link, socially inept, colonized in the head. I gotta have a white woman to make me feel like I'm important. It wasn't until you get recently a black woman in America going off the reservation. That's recent. That's why I told you, you gotta know real history. That's recent. Maybe in the last 20 years, you got black women said fucking and gone off the reservation. But the black woman's always been the most loyal. And, you know, when you can interracially date, that wasn't a norm for black women, it was a norm for black men. And you got people say, oh, it's a black woman on the internet talking about, I'll do anything for Zaddy, for white daddy, I'll do anything. That's not historically even correct. You want to believe that shit. It's the white black man has been unfaithful to the black woman, not the other way around. We started it first. I was a kid, but historically, he's right. Historically, we started. The black man was unfaithful and unloyal to the black woman first, before they got along, started doing this shit. We were traitors to our own race before the black woman. That's a fact. You got morals on law. It's the black woman screaming for Zaddy all the time. I want white Zaddy. Get black men. That's recent. That's in the last 20 years. That's not over history. It's always been the black man going outside the race and fucking up. Always. Always been his ass that was unfaithful to the damn race. Go ahead, Joe.
Loving versus Virginia in 1967. So it was
back in the day when you couldn't get a black woman to date no white man, no matter how much money you had back in the day. Back in 40 years ago, during that time, you're like, what? Hell no. Not sleeping with this beast. You got me fucked up. Go ahead, go.
That made it possible for black men who were financially comfortable to pursue white women in marriage. And that caused many black women to have kids out of wedlock, because a lot of black women for the first time didn't have many options
to choose from.
Marriageable black men.
They had the option of bum niggas. Exactly. Had a bunch of bum niggas waiting around sniffing at the panties. Hey, I'm a bum nigga. Can I sniff at your panties? All right. All right.
Black men were marrying white women systematically by the 1970s. At the same time, many black men in the major cities were being mass unemployed. And at the same time, the federal government had taken control over the child support program. So all this was happening all at the exact same time. And this created the stage for child support to be a problem in the Black community. So like I said, in the 1970s, the divorce rate for Black married couples had boosted. In the 1970s, the Black divorce rate was 2 times greater than the white divorce rate.
And remember, remember what we showed yesterday. In the 1950s, we were the most people married. Our divorce rate was the lowest. So from 20 years, we went from the lowest to now the highest being divorced because it was a war. There's all that MLK shit, all that shit was a war on Black people. These white people went to war against us. We didn't see it. That's why you got a hot war and a cold war. That was a cold war put on Black people. Covert. Go ahead, Joe.
1,000 married Black couples in the 1970s. There were 200 divorced Black couples. So I'm gonna say this again. In the 1970s, from 1970 to 1979, for every 1,000 married Black couples, there were 200 divorced Black couples. And at the same time, for every 1,000 married white couples, there were only 90 divorced white couples. Look at the difference.
And you know that's true because my grandparents on both sides, my mama's parents and my daddy, they never divorced. Because that was during that period of time, the 50s and 40s and 50s. They got married like in the 30s and 40s. They never divorced. Never. Because that was the norm in Black America. You didn't get divorced. You didn't have a woman talking to you crazy. Go ahead.
Okay, in the 1970s. Okay, in the 1970s, for every 1,000 married Black men, there were 200 divorced Black men. For every 1,000 married Black women, there were 300 divorced Black women. Now let's contrast that to white folks. Okay, for every 1,000 married white men, there were 70 divorced white men. For every 1,000 married white women, there were 100 divorced white women. Look at the difference. And this all had to do with Black men being mass unemployed, which caused fighting within Black households. Okay. Most white families weren't
they weren't financially messed up. In fact, they weren't because there was no war against them. They weren't financially destroyed. Black people, we were financially destroyed. It was a war. People like, oh, there's no such thing as racism. You don't know. You're a moron. I didn't know about the child support thing, but it all coincided at the same time. I knew we were being warred on. I knew that. I can easily open my eyes and say, hey, we're being warred on, damn it. It's covert, but God damn it, we're being warred on. Go ahead, Joe.
You know, white families, white men were never systematically unemployed in America. So white families were.
And remember, white men never wanted to marry Black women. They'd have sex with them, don't decide, but they would never put them towards their family because they'd be shamed. I ain't with that Negro bitch. No. But it's dishonest. You know, Black men, since they colonized in the head, the white woman was a step up in their minds. The Black woman for the white man was a step down. So they were never going to marry. There was no mass marrying of Black women ever. Like, I sleep with her. I can't bring that Black bitch around my family. No, I can't do that. Go ahead, Joe.
White families remained stable. Black families were systematically made unstable. So as more and more single Black mothers were becoming single.
And pause and understand why this war was created. This war was created because you were fighting in the streets. We showed you doing Detroit and Newark, LA, Chicago. You were fighting for justice. So you thought you were going to get justice and they weren't going to come back and retaliate on your ass. So we were in the streets in the 50s and 60s fighting, but you had your Malcolm X's, you had your MLKs, and that was a con game. And all these black men and women together with decent jobs fighting in the streets. And you thought, just like they did with Haiti, you thought the white man was going to stop and say, okay, well, you fought hard, we're just going to give you some rights. That's going to be all right. Oh, no, oh, no. They're going to find, we're going to destroy these niggas. Where they get out of place? You're on the bottom and you're supposed to stay your ass on the bottom. We're going to teach you that's where you're supposed to be at. And that's what this war was about. Go ahead, Joe.
Black mothers into poverty. More and more black families were going into poverty because they were being led by single black mothers. As black households by the 1970s were being led by single black mothers, black families, the mothers and the children, were being shoved into poverty. And because so many black single moms were being pushed into poverty, that created the context for child support to be necessary. So because so many single black mothers were being impoverished, that created a situation to where black women for the first time were able or eligible to access welfare. Public assistance,
Right, welfare.
became.
But you couldn't have no black man in the house, no black man around you. Well, they was racist. You don't want no black men around to raise no children. They want the black man with you. No black. You can have this money, black bitch, but you can't have no man at all. We better not find one in the house ever, or we'll cut your ass off. Like, what? Yeah. Race, right in your face, racist. Racist as hell. Go ahead, Joker.
For black single moms, because so many black single moms were impoverished due to not having a
man,
a financially
financially stable man,
a financially competent black man in the household, right? So the federal government, as I said earlier in the video, the federal government had taken control over the child support program by the 1970s. By 1975, the federal government handed down the Child Support Enforcement Act. And what the Child Support Enforcement Act did was it forced non-custodial parents,
lock you up,
who are the fathers. Most of the time, non-custodial parents are the fathers. The Child Support Enforcement Act forced non-custodial fathers or non-custodial parents who were the fathers to financially support their kids if the mother was on welfare. So black moms were systematically made to be single. And because of that, that increased the poverty rate of black families. And because so many single black moms were in poverty, a lot of single black moms had no choice but to turn to welfare, public assistance for help. And because so many single black moms were now on welfare, okay, the federal government told single black moms that now, since you are on welfare, you have to put your kid's father, black fathers, on child support. Because remember, when the federal government passed the Child Support Enforcement Act in 1975, it told black single moms that if you are on public assistance, you are required to put your kid's father on child support. That was how the federal government forced single black moms to put their kid's father on child support. Now, the reason why the child support program is so devastating for black men is because a lot of black men, more than white men, have a hard time keeping up with monthly child support payments due to racial discrimination in the labor market. Understand something, Black America. The labor market, the labor system in America, the employment system in America has always been racist towards Black people, especially Black men. Okay.
Oh shit.
Now, because of the racial discrimination, the racism in the labor market, Black men have been struggling with child support since the 1970s. Okay. Black men, just like Black people, just like Black women, are largely forced or largely concentrated into low wage jobs.
Black
Because
jobs.
remember,
Right, black jobs. That these black. Remember,
throughout the
he like you said, we supposed to have black jobs, and like Trump and said, we supposed to go out to the field and pick some vegetables, like for a job. That's where we supposed to go. When the guy would give it a legal aid, the blacks supposed to go back and work out those fields and make 10 cents a day.
Shout out to Jibaja
You're joking.
on his black job.
1970s and 1980s and
Yeah, that's why.
1990s
That's why you ain't here. You
to
know, you doing
2000,
his black job.
as America was deindustrialization, as America was deindustrializing, the factory jobs were being replaced by low-wage service sector jobs. So there was a rise in the low-wage service sector jobs at the same time
Working at
that
working at
factory,
working at
the workers,
KFC and Taco Bell and McDonald's. All right, no budget jobs.
the
KFC.
blue-collar jobs were declining in Black neighborhoods. So it was the rise of the service sector low-wage jobs in
Low
Black
budget.
neighborhoods in the major cities that systematically concentrated Black people into low-wage employment.
Into poverty.
Okay. So we have to remember that it's racial discrimination and the concentration of low-wage jobs that make it difficult for Black men to keep up with monthly child support payments. Okay. Child support payments is not something that most white fathers have to worry about, because white fathers are not systematically discriminated against in American labor market. And not only that, but a lot more white men occupy the professional and corporate jobs that pay better, that allows white fathers to take care of their child support payments every month. A lot more Black fathers work for the well-paying blue-collar jobs that allow white fathers to take care of their monthly child support payments. Okay, Black men are concentrated in the low-wage employment sector.
The low-wage black
Black
jobs.
men are systematically unemployed due to racial discrimination in the labor market. So that all has an effect on why Black men have a difficulty paying child support every month. So just to keep something in mind, okay, the black unemployment rate has
always
always
twice as
been
high.
2 times greater than the
Always
white
twice as
unemployment.
high.
And that's
Always.
been historic. Since
Exactly.
the end of
Always.
slavery,
Always.
since the end of slavery, the black unemployment rate has always trailed behind the white unemployment
Twice or 3 times as high.
So the black unemployment rate has been 2 times greater than the white unemployment rate since the end of slavery. Okay, so this racial discrimination in the labor market is not nothing new. It's always been going on. Okay, it's always been going on. So, you know, except the only difference is, okay, white men still have more employment
Options.
opportunities than black men.
Not no more. It's getting, not no more. It's getting close to that.
Majority of the black men in America who
They F themselves with all their factories going to China. Not no more. Their stomach is starting to touch their back with their own racism. That's fucked them. Good.
do work have either temporary jobs, part-time jobs, or they work low-wage jobs. So if you're a black man, if you and you're working a low-wage job, even if
That's
it's
why you
full
should.
time,
That's
it's
why
not
pause
enough.
up. That's why you show this dysfunctional internet nonsense with the Kevin Samuels and them. I want got these black women talking stupid talk. I want a high price man. What's it called? What a high value man. What the hell you talking? I want a high value man who's making 7 figures and where in America? Where's this at? All these women, yeah, he must make it, man. I must be getting all this stuff. He like, man, you close the book on that moron and keep it pushing. What world you living in? What life are you talking about? I'm in the 1% of black men right now, and I'm barely holding on. I'm considered the 1%. So I make over 100 grand. But you know, in America, that ain't shit no more. Making over $100,000 ain't nothing. So, huh? Kim come talking to me about some. I want a high price man. And I listen. You don't get your low budget ass away from me. You're not here. People say, "Hey, why haven't you dated?" Yeah, I'm good. I'm cool. You keep that. You keep your coochie to yourself. I'm good.
Child support payments every month. If you are a black man, if you work a temporary job, even if it's full time, the work is temporary, which means you will be able to keep up with child support payments up until a certain
Right.
time. And when
Well,
it's time
lock
for
your ass
when
up.
that job expires, when your time at that job expires because it's temporary, you're no longer able to keep up with the child support payments.
And they coming to lock your ass up.
So this has been the financial situation, the employment situation of black men going back to the 1970s. Okay. And just to share with you guys more of an example that black men are more uh, targeted with racial discrimination in the labor market. More white fathers are custodial parents than black fathers.
Yep.
In America,
Well,
10%
yeah,
of all
because
custodial fathers.
because black men found out, hey, that coochie is dangerous. Lock my ass up. I'm gonna become a passport, bro.
Black versus 60% of all custodial fathers being white fathers. So while 60% of all custodial fathers in America are white men, only 10% of all custodial fathers in America are black men. And
And we don't get the babies because they want you
the
locked
reason
up.
why a lot more fathers are single fathers who are raising their kids over
They're
black
working.
single fathers is because, again, white men are not dealing with racial discrimination in the labor market. So
The war.
because white men aren't dealing with racial discrimination in the labor market, it allows white men to be more financially comfortable. Therefore, in a lot of child support court cases,
They can get
white
the kids.
fathers are given custody of their kids over black fathers. Most black fathers will not be granted custody rights
Nope.
over their kids
Nope. Nope.
because a lot of black
You
fathers
can.
are not,
It ain't gonna do. It doesn't do
they're
race. You can have.
a lot
You can
more
have.
black
You can
fathers
have. You
suffer
can
from
have.
job.
You can have white
Um,
Jesus giving your court case in child support court. He said, who's your attorney? Well, it's Cracker Jesus right here. Yeah, that ain't gonna matter. You're still gonna pay the support. And Cracker Jesus ain't gonna be able to come and take you out of jail when we lock your black ass up. Go ahead, John.
a lot more, employment instability. A lot more black fathers are suffering from employment instability. So custody rights for black fathers is almost non-existent. But a lot more black fathers are given custody rights for their kids because a lot more white fathers are in a financially comfortable situation. So I want to share that part with you guys. Now, because so many black fathers have a hard time keeping up with child support payments, that has contributed to the mass incarceration of black fathers. Now, this part is important because this is the main reason why Black single moms were allowed to use child support in the first place by the 1970s, specifically by 1975, due to the Child Support Enforcement Act that was passed by the federal government. So the mass incarceration of Black men in general took off by the 1970s. Okay? By the 1970s, because so many unemployed Black men, were not allowed to work, a lot of unemployed Black men still needed to find a way to provide for their families. So a lot of unemployed Black men started committing crimes.
Yeah, using drugs.
Their families,
That's right. Selling drugs. Right.
Drug dealing.
Exactly. Drug dealing. But I didn't have no family, thank God. So I didn't have to worry about. So I did it because I wanted a car. Fuck that. All right. Start selling drugs. That's right.
Guns on the street. Black fathers. Many Black fathers did anything, everything they could to continue to provide for their families despite being unemployed. It
turns into the criminal economy.
Underworld economy.
That's the criminal economy.
And because so many Black men were forced into crime to feed their families, that increased the mass incarceration rate of Black fathers. Okay, and the child support program has been another factor in the mass incarceration of Black fathers because so many Black fathers were unemployed and didn't have a way to make income, they weren't able to pay their child support payments. So these same Black fathers who were unemployed systematically by the federal government were pushed into jail. They were pushed into jail because they couldn't fulfill their child support duties. So the consequences for failing child support payments is withhold wages or income that's earned, suspension of licenses, permits, and certificates, and incarceration or jail. And for Black men, courts have used jail/incarceration, the jail and incarceration, the most against Black fathers who couldn't pay their child support. Most white men who couldn't pay child support either had their wages or their income held, or they had their licenses, permits, and certificates frozen. Black fathers were mostly shoved into jails. Okay. So for instance, in 2017, right, in the year 2017 alone, 40% of custodial Black mothers had child support orders. In 2017, 40% of all custodial mothers, all Black custodial mothers, had child support orders. At the same time, 35% of parents incarcerated for unpaid child support were Black fathers. In 2017, while 40% of custodial Black mothers had child support orders, 35% of parents incarcerated in America for unpaid child support were Black fathers. Okay? Over 30 to 60% of low-income Black fathers struggle to pay off their child support every month. Let me say this again, okay? Right now, 30 to 60% of all low-income Black fathers struggle to pay off their child support every month.
Black jobs are rough. Black jobs are rough, Jack.
This is 2 million. This equals 2 million. Okay?
You better make sure you carry two. Make sure you carry two rubbers with you.
I'm gonna just stop it at that so we can get into the Dr. Umar. I wanted to share that so we can understand this part of history because he explained something that it's not really mostly on the records of where all this literally started from. And that is in the 1800s, where literally started with the white women, and then they just literally destroyed the whole system to the point of affecting black people. But let me go through the comments very quickly.
Well,
Um, as we get into the Dr. Umar situation, shout out to Jason, shout out to Emil, Karibu Sana. Emil says, I was half awake and swaying on the road when I got off yesterday morning and fell asleep several hours. Hope you caught up with the show, but thanks for tuning in. Shout out to KW Don says, Dr. Umar has until August 25th to come up with 40,000 or those buildings go up for auction. Okay, we get into that. I don't know what's happening. Umar purchased those buildings on February 2019. That is KW Don. Aaron James
yeah.
Karibu.
Yeah, so 2009, that was because I was arguing. You guys know I used to have late divide. Like I tried to find that show, but it's gone on. I know the YouTube channel's got taken, but I tried to find it on Facebook. It's gone on Facebook too. We argued the whole show about Dr. When that was back in 2017. And I called him a con man and a scam. She's like, come on, Keith. See that Tariq Nasheed's a con artist. I said, yeah, him too. But Dr. Umar said, no, give him a chance. You know I'm black, but give him a chance. Give him a chance. He been talking this school shit. That's why he didn't have no school. I said, he been talking this school shit for 7 years. He's talking because I finished with read the
It's okay.
comment.
Aaron says it's a bunch of abandoned buildings. Karibu Big Cheese. Karibu says Umar gets support from black American women because he throws black men who date white women under the bus. That's his go-to.
That's just great, but yeah, that works. Black women get angry. See, the fun part about black women don't get mad about other black women dating white men now, but because they're not the most loyal now. They used to be. I'm not saying they're the most loyal now because they're not. Back then they were, right? So they're comfortable of black women dating a white man who's gonna fucking kill them or molest them and chop them up. But if a black man goes off the reservation and dates a white man or a white woman, they're done. They're gonna be called every name in the book. You sell out, you coon, you despicable, no good Negro, blah blah blah. How dare you bring this white rod up in front of us? So you're gonna be thrown in the bus and you're gonna be ran over. Go ahead, Joe.
I also see Big Cheese says, no, that is John Mosquito Karibu. I also see that is Sister Jewel Karibu Sana. Nice to see you. It's been a minute. Hope you're doing great.
Dang, I ain't seen Sister Jewel in a minute. Wow, about a year.
Shout out to the Welfare King Karibu as well. Says good times were James Evans lost his warehouse job in Chicago and
Lost his job. Yeah, I remember that on Good Times. Yeah, go ahead.
Big Cheese says I believe you shouldn't have a committed relationship with a woman unless you have 1 year worth of bill money saved up just in case.
Just in case some shit happens. That's right. That's right, Big Cheese. I was married, so I had some savings. Thank God, because if I didn't have no savings, and the disrespect would have came out even quicker than it kind of messed me up. Oh man, I said, shout out to Big Cheese. You better have that money saved up, because if things go south, there might be an end for you.
Prophet says his first cousin, who is a doctor, married a Caucasian postal worker in 1976. Out Kentucky, they have 6 kids. God damn. Big Cheese says I disagree, kid, but I'll wait until I call in the show. I think that's what he meant. He means.
Okay.
Well, says good things about her 6 kids. They end up marrying black men and women. We always say that Caucasian have bigger tool. But yeah, that is it. Maybe you can take over, Keith, with the Dr. Umar situation.
Go to TikTok first, Joe. Let's see since we talk about that, because it's got to be on TikTok. Just say on TikTok, say Dr. Umar and the conscious stripper. Like Dr. Umar and the conscious stripper.
Dr. Umar and the conscious stripper.
That's right. She was consciously putting them butt cheeks out, Joe. She was conscious about it.
Stripper. Damn. Okay.
It comes on TikTok. It doesn't matter to go to YouTube. It's so old. See if we got anything on about it.
Tyler Perry, how you feel about the allegation?
Dr. Umar is in hot water, and this is something we all got to come together and discuss first, right? Some people be scamming. Some people are doing the right thing and they get blackballed. Which is which in his situation, I don't know. I can't really get into that part because I ain't got the information, but this is what I do know. Stop spending your money, especially when you spend it and you don't get shit in return, right? That's how they get you in these churches with these reverends and these preachers. You spend your money and right there on the spot, they can take your money and go shopping. Get them a house, a Rolex, a suit, a Cadillac. And what do you get in return? You done gave them your money and now you just waiting for your exchange, a seat in heaven. You don't get to go see heaven or know some people that's up in heaven and you get to check it out or go scope out the scene now that you just spent your money. Now you just sitting here waiting for some shit you heard about. It's the same thing with the Dr. Umar and the school thing. It should have been like this. You get to school, you get it up and going. Now I get to check the school out. Hey, here's my bread. My son will be here next week. It shouldn't be everybody give me the money and then I'm gonna do this and then I'll get back with y'all. That's y'all falling for the okie doke. Like me, I do personal training and life coaching, meaning there's an exchange. You pay me, we go to the gym. There was an exchange. Or you are trying to figure something out and you at a brick wall. Here's an exchange. Here we go. Let's work together. And now we got to the conclusion. It was an exchange. Just like you pay rent, you get a house to stay in. But as far as the stuff of you giving somebody your money, they got their benefit, they good to go, and you sitting around like this. Artificially, any day now, it's I'm gonna get it. So it's like you can't even be 100% mad at these spiritual leaders and these reverends and all that. You need to be mad at your ass for being gullible and giving somebody you don't even know or 100% have the evidence of what they talking about your cash. You done got, man. Dr. Umar is in hot water, and this is something we all.
What if they took the letter off the elementary school? Brothers and sisters, we need your donation so we can pay this bill. They say we owe $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe $20,000 on the high school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the elementary
I'm getting the right video.
They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the high school.
Dr. Umar, this is a flat out lie.
Are these the right videos, kid? If it's there, I don't know. I'm just sharing. Okay.
How did the Asians take over the black hair care industry? You know how the Koreans took it? Because the sisters doing hair was too busy. What?
I'm not seeing that one of the conscious stripper, you know. I'm not seeing that one specifically of the conscious stripper. I'm not seeing any story about it, but let me continue.
Joining me is the author and activist, Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson, also Doctor of Clinical Psychology, Dr. Umar Johnson, and the president of the African History Network, Michael Imhotep. Michael, I do want to talk about I want to get into some cultural things that may be a sellout right now and talk about that. I was just looking at a video of the comedian Monique kind of explaining an interview between she and comedian Steve Harvey. And I think somewhere in that interview, Steve Harvey said, this is not about black or white, this is about green. And Monique said, and that's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to lose my integrity for the green. When Steve Harvey went to visit President Trump, the black community turned on him slightly. He got him back, but they definitely turned on him for making that visit to the president. Why? It would seem to me that if there is a president of the United States and you want him to do some things that are beneficial to your community, you would have to visit him at the least, right? Why was the black community so upset, and did that make Steve Harvey a sellout?
Steve Harvey, what's Steve Harvey? We're not talking about school. We're not talking about coon Steve Harvey.
I don't know which video you guys are requesting. That's why I'm asking you.
Oh,
I don't know. I can find it on TikTok.
Go to YouTube. Yeah, TikTok, man, because it's so old. Go to YouTube, Joe, and say Dr. Umar and the conscious. Or just say Yes, yes. Say Dr. Umar and the Conscious Stripper on YouTube. So we know back in the day, and like I said, this is probably like 2013, 2014. So he's supposed to be. So he was taking his followers' money, Joby, going to the strip joints, cupcaking. You see, that's what I want what they call Ramaphosa cupcake. Cupcake is when you like all underneath a woman, Joby, right?
Yeah.
So he's cupcaking with this stripper and telling her to clap her booty cheeks for him. Can you clap your booty cheeks for the doctor, Joby? Make your booty cheeks go clap, 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 clap.
Wow. Okay.
And supposedly I'm a leader trying to get a school for young boys to educate them African studies, Joby. But I got
Wow.
some yeah, exactly. But I got some stripper. I want her to clap her butt cheeks for me and bend over and touch her toes.
This is crazy.
Right.
So, I don't know if this one is it.
Go ahead. It might be anyone. It's a bunch of them. I know they're on YouTube.
There. No
I don't know
ads.
what that's. Yeah. This the guy you want to get your kids to? So he got a school. He's always scamming. Got some kind of scam.
This is the reason why cults exist. They have been existing for years, and they will
Yeah, it's a
Is it?
cult.
continue to exist because
There's been a bunch of them, Joe. There's a bunch of videos. Everybody talked about it. So it's gonna be a bunch of videos. I never seen this one. It's gonna be a bunch of those videos.
something from those leaders, whether it's to be led, to feel loved, whatever. The same reason people join gangs. Some people are just not psychologically strong enough to lead themselves, so they will always seek somebody to lead for them, to think for them. So these people will always exist. I like to call them the more vulnerable of our group. And as the strong ones, it is our job to protect those who are more vulnerable. Okay? We protect them by being vigilant. When we see wrongdoing happening, we have to have the courage to speak out, the courage to do something about it, so that those who are not as strong are protected. If you want to talk about looking out for one another, that's just how it is, period. You have that even amongst different species where they will look after the weaker ones, and we're no different. We need to do the same thing, which is why I felt compelled to come out and say something, because like myself, there were plenty of other single moms out there hoping that this school would happen, waiting for to fix it, so this does not happen to us again, so that this does not keep happening to us. Our whole history dated all the way back. You keep going further and further back. What happened to us? Where did we go wrong? We continue to allow ourselves to be bamboozled, basically, and it's a ongoing thing with us. When will we learn
Oh,
that
this is a good.
we need
This
to
like
stop and
this lady
address
talking about
this
the school.
situation? We need to.
Oh yeah. So they talking about. Okay. So the backstory. Everybody knows Dr. Umar got these raggedy ass schools, right? These state buildings. He was supposed to turn to a school. If you know anything about any school, it's expensive to run a real school. It costs millions of dollars to keep a school open just a month. The electricity costs, the staff, and everything else. But he was using it as a scam, right? I got this school family. I need some money. Please give me some money. Donate to the money. Get the school. Pay the food. So we're going to have Joe play a bunch of these videos. Dr. Umar, we'll see about the contest. We haven't played some videos about Dr. Umar begging. So for shit, it's been 15 years since 2010. He's been begging for money to get to school. So when I was arguing with Lady Divine, Sister Sharon, back in 2017, he didn't even have a school. So thanks to K-Don for letting me know he got it in 2019. Because I said he would never even get that. I said, yeah, the con is running. You better get some kind of building somewhere, some kind of warehouse and food people something. This scam is getting old. That was back in 2017. So then he went and got some old abandoned ass buildings in Wilmington, Delaware. One across the street from one was supposed to be like a elementary school, another one's a junior high school, one a junior, whatever. I don't know. So come to find out, he ain't been paying on shit. We've had them for 6 years. They haven't opened, didn't renovate, didn't do. They just been getting donations. Hey, family, gonna be the Marcus Garvey and Frederick Douglass School. Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, that old group of shit. He been begging, acting crazy. But if you guys remember, I think he's psychologically sick. And I don't know if we can find it. Yeah, that's right. I think he's crazy. I think he's psychologically messed up. Speaks some good stuff. Of course, just got back from South Africa. And so he owes $40,000 on the building. And they're going to auction because those are taxes. Like I told you, you might own a building, but you still got to pay taxes, Joey. If you don't pay the taxes, they come and take your building, even if you own it. You didn't pay the taxes on it. So he owns $40,000. That's right. So he owns $40,000 on those buildings, and the city of Delaware is saying they're going to come and confiscate those buildings and auction them off, give them away, sell them off, right? But he's been running this scam and this hustle forever, getting donations, and nothing ever transpired. You know, over and over again about this school. And so I think at a certain point, like they call it a cult, that's right. At a certain point, even your cult members are going to turn on you. You know, there's no more Jesus coming out the sky, somebody walking on water. Even your cult members are like, oh man, this motherfucker been saying the same thing for 15 years, ain't shit. Jesus Christ, I've been had. And so he's online trying to get money, and ain't nobody sending him no money because I think he's come to the end of the road. There's not enough single mothers, desperate single mothers, that are going to send him any money because we're in really hard times now, right? Inflation's off the chart. Everybody's stomach's touching their backbone. Everybody's struggling. Trying to get a chance to be a con man. That's what I heard about. Even Tariq's con man's shit ain't working. People broke, right? So the smooth talking con man stuff is not working. That's become a problem. And don't worry about the costume. This way with you. We go to TikTok and go to video, say Dr. Umar begging for money. Like that video Joe be having. I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna block all you. And then
that video made me laugh so hard. Oh my God. This is crazy. There's a tether here. There's a Neanderthal. Let me share that.
Yeah, share that one.
I like that. That's a tether. There's a tether here.
Shit. Oh shit.
When you come outside, you better have a jacket on. I don't care what shoes you put on. Why am I yelling? Block. Stupid ass questions.
Oh my God.
I need you to shake that booty. I'm blocking you, brother. We don't do that here. We don't do that. Sorry, my brother.
We don't do that here, but it's just from telling a stripper shit.
He's talking about a woman, not a man. That's a dude.
I know. You don't do that here, but you're telling other people to shake that booty. It's crazy. I get it, but
he want to see a woman. He don't want to see no man shake his butt cheeks.
Martin Luther King or LeBron James twerk off, you must be a zesty fester. We block you for disrespecting Dr. King. And zesty festies.
I was remembering all these words. I was like, this is kid. He's always the one who's in this conversation.
Zesty means zesty. You know what zesty means now, Joby.
Yeah.
See, Neanderthal behavior. How far can you squirt? You know what? You melanin deficient, calcified pineal devil. Let me block him real quick. Nasty. Nah, somebody said you're the activist, you do it. I'm gonna block you for that, lazy ass Negro. I'm gonna block you for that.
I love white women. Let me send you to the block party. No time for snow bunny love.
And you calling people the N-word with a white Jesus? Goodbye. Goodbye. Who else? I think let's have a 5-minute block party. Who else? Let's have a 5-minute block party. Who else? I can't take it today. Where's the school at? Have a nice day. Where the school at? Goodbye. He said, where the school at? And I'm sitting at the school. Goodbye. But when you come outside, you better have a jacket on.
Yeah, this video made me laugh. Anyway, let me go back and share.
All right, do this joke real quick. See, it was on TikTok. I don't know. Might not be. That's like 6 years ago. Say Dr. Umar gets exposed having a filthy house. I think those things have been removed from the internet. You guys remember when he was doing a live on Instagram? And his camera flipped on him, and you see his house is all nasty and shit. It's motherfucking crazy. This dude got psychological problems for real.
For those of you all who are not aware, who have lives and who don't have the time to follow hustlers and alleged hustlers or people who are just incompetent, how would we know?
This is long. I'm not sharing that.
Before $1, I've never asked the people for $1. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I have never asked the people for $1 in my
allegations. You're the one, you keep your line that he's been asking for money. But I'm trying to see, TikTok is not bringing me the
he's lying.
It's not.
That's okay, Joe. Show something else. We'll go to YouTube for that video.
Yeah, on YouTube I know you can find it. On TikTok it's not coming.
Yeah. Show me some of those.
I've never
asked some funny
for
TikTok videos.
I have never asked the people for $1 in my life.
That's all he does is beg for money.
I have never asked the people for $1 in my life.
So hit that Cash App. Let me see who on the Cash App. Where them donations at? Where them donations at? Hit the Cash App.
It's crazy.
Where them Cash Apps at, y'all? Ain't nobody came through yet. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Maybe something wrong with the Cash App, because I know y'all gonna send me something. With a Cash App. Okay, there we go. Sister Jenny, $21. Dang. Okay, thank you, Sister Jenny. That might have been your last dollar.
The credit card, go make a donation. I got to get this electric on in the high school. I know this is going to cost us at least $100,000 to get this electric done. It's going to cost us some money, brothers and sisters. Make sure you donate. Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money. Give me your weave money. Give me your perm money. Your Jordan money.
You better send all that money on our donation page as well. Bring all that money. We need that money.
Your Alizé money. Your 40-ounce money. We need the money, brothers and sisters. How about you hit the Cash App? They broke the windows, so we got to pay. Brothers and sisters, hit your Cash App. $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, brothers and sisters.
Thank you, Sister Avanti. $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20. But thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
I mean,
Dallas ass Negro.
18 years old. I got a book called The Science of Creation. The author was a guy by the name.
You can tell this guy well.
I did all that talking when I said
Dr. Umar is in hot.
Smokey Robinson. Have you heard about?
So Dr. Umar Johnson collected funds from the community for over 15 years for the Frederick.
Yeah, it was about 15 years. Exactly. It was 15 years now. Like I said, that when I was messing with like I said, Sharon Lady Divine, it was 7 in. I said he been saying that shit since 2010, Lady Divine, about this fake ass school. Keith, why you always be telling people you don't never got no faith? I said, damn, it's been 7 years. This nigga's a con man. He wants to see women clap their butt cheeks in bars and shit. What is wrong with you? No, he's being a man, Keith. Men still gonna be men. Yeah, but I'm not asking no bride to clap her butt cheeks. But now look, 8 years later,
boys and girls, which is a beautiful idea. But for the past 15 years, he's been collecting funds with no type of ledger, no type of accountability.
Yeah, over $1 million.
Being frozen while lying and saying that he had tax exemption.
I need Jay-Z. I need that check, Puff. I know you listening, Puff.
Oh yeah,
all my rappers
on
out
Revolt
there.
TV right now.
I need that check. And we tax exempt, so they can write it off on their taxes. Help me get this school so we can give our boys
claiming to be tax exempt to encourage people to donate more so they can get a break on their taxes at the end of the year. That's called scamming. That's called fraud. You're calling out
Right.
celebrities and you're asking celebrities to
Damn.
do that. Oh, I'm tax exempt. I'm tax exempt. Well, later on, we figured out you weren't tax exempt.
For these entire 6 years of
We're not
fundraising,
taxed.
none of the monies that you all donated could be written off on your taxes. You gave those donations freely from your heart.
But y'all mad at me just for reporting. You should be mad at this. The fact that simple things like sewage and water haven't been paid since 2016, but people have been donating money since 2016 should just tell you enough. I'm reading some comments saying, oh, you're part of the problem. This is why the black community can't come together and work together because people like you are always saying stuff. No, we need people like me that are going to call out the truth, that can see through the fog, unlike you. You literally couldn't see that this man is just a great, eloquent speaker. He says things 3 times and you guys buy it.
Exactly.
So Dr. Umar Johnson collected funds from the community for over 50.
Umar Johnson's mother has dementia. Dr. Umar Johnson's mother has dementia. The lady on YouTube, I'm
It's dementia. It's dementia, moron. Dementia.
She said that the house is not livable and it is
Pronunciation is different. She's not a moron. No.
Nah, Joby, I can tell somebody's a moron. Please.
They
Not just her accent. I'm listening to her syntax. I know she's a low budget broad. Go ahead.
The refrigerator is so nasty that it needs to be disposed. She said the refrigerator is so nasty that it needs to be disposed. She said the lady has dementia and she does not like to get changed at all. She started kicking and fighting and crying. She said that Umar Johnson will not get her professional help, probably because he is ashamed of the living conditions. And he know that if they come in there, they're going to know that it's him. And he probably don't want them in there because he is a public figure. This man is sick. This man is sick. And what he does is he preys on the black community, especially single mothers, because he knows that you guys are gullible and you possibly have daddy issues. Point blank, period. Umar Johnson is a fucking monster. And y'all have got to stop supporting him. Y'all HBCUs have got to stop allowing a deadbeat father that has his mother who is sick, who needs professional help, living in inhumane conditions, to stop speaking at black colleges to black college students with a bright future. Umar Johnson is sick. And I don't know what it's going to take for you guys to understand how sick and unstable he is. I'm going to land the plane with this one. The lady said that he is a complete and totally different individual outside of the cameras and outside of his speeches. This is not a person that needs to be half of a face of the black community. This man either needs to be put down or he needs to be fucking admitted in a psych ward. He is sick.
He said he needs to be shot. He needs to be put down. What are you talking about? Put down? Jesus Christ, lady. He just he ain't killed nobody.
Told me to enter my Dr. Umar. What if they took the letter off the elementary school? Brothers.
$25K for the left cheek, $25K for the right cheek. Here's the problem with that, Art. If he only needed to pay you 50 grand for your flat cheeks, 50K, how did you end up at 50 million? Art, she's...
All right, so check it out. Dr. Umar Johnson says he's broke because his business and personal bank accounts have been frozen. There's a lot I want to say here, but first let's check it out.
Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism.
Why would they freeze it? They got you scamming.
So for my loyal supporters out there, supporters, if you can spare a few dollars so I can take care of Queen Mother Ifa Tunde and myself until my bank account is frozen or canceled so I can get my money back and open up a new account, please hit my Apple Pay or hit my PayPal.
There's so much here, but first things first, why are y'all still giving this guy money? I don't understand. Listen, I remember back at least 2014, but really 2010, he put a video out talking about the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy.
Yeah,
He
I
had
say
this grand
2010.
dream of
That's
being
what I
able
was
to educate
saying.
black boys and get them out of poverty, all this, that, and the third. And all he needed to make this dream come true was your money. And he's been getting that money for the better part of a decade. And no school has materialized. Aside from the school thing, let's get back to the money. Bro, you had 2 accounts that got froze and you just out back with no money and you scrambling. That's crazy. First of all, why do you have your old school boyhood account right next to your business account? That should be in a separate bank, and you should have multiple accounts for business and personal. Also, you need to have access to other capital if your hard cash is disrupted. Okay, do you have a stock portfolio? You should be able to reach into that and take out about 5-10 bands if you need it. Do you have any assets? I got cars outside. If I need 30 bands, I just sell one of my cars and I got it. It's fine. I'm also a homeowner, as you can see. I could take out a HELOC, worst coming to worst. But the main thing you should have is your credit. Bro, if you have credit, that's all you need. I got a lot of credit cards. I got one credit card with $20,000 on it. And if I'm short $5,000, I don't have the hard cash, I just put the $5,000 on that. And you know what's funny? If you pay the full amount that you charge on the credit card before the actual due date, there's no
They give you
interest.
more. They give you more money.
You should have had other ways to be able to bridge yourself through this gap. And since you don't, that lets me know you're not really qualified to be an educator. Why would I pay you any money to educate kids? And why would y'all send y'all kids to him? This is ridiculous. All right, so check it out. Dr. Umar Johnson says he's broke because his business and personal bank account.
This level of grifting has got to stop in the black community. The Dr. Umars of the black community have got to be stopped.
That's
now,
right.
Here you have an individual who has been begging people for money to donate to a lost cause for 15 years.
That's right, 15
years people have donated their hard-earned money to this man with nothing to show for it.
They gave him $1 million.
He has acquired physical properties and has not done nothing with them. So whenever people ask, where is the proof that you have actually done something for these schools? You know, because he's supposed to have built a school for black boys and girls. He goes and he shows you the structures, the buildings, but there's no kids in them.
They're all torn up inside, raggedy.
This man has been collecting money. For 15 years, he's been spreading hate. He's been spreading false hopes and promises and nothing to show for it. Now, the
He ain't been spreading any hate to nobody. Oh, see, this is a cool. Oh, this dude, this is a sucker because he told you don't date white women. He ain't said nothing hateful. So don't, he ain't spread no hate. Oh, this is a coon. I want white coochie. He been spreading the hate. Told me I can't have a white woman. He ain't spreading no hate.
Dr. Umar, this is a flat out lie.
How did the Asians take over the black hair care industry? You know how the Koreans took it? Because the sisters doing hair was too busy what? Competing for customers. The brothers with the barbershops were too busy what? Competing for who got the best shape up instead
No, that's not. No, that's a no. That's not how they got the shit. It was lying again. That's not how the Koreans took over black hair product. Another being warred on in the 70s, and they came through and took it over. Stupid. And then do nobody give somebody fighting over customers. They're talking about crazy.
But yeah, usually coming to the end of today's conversation. If there's any other video you want to?
Okay. One more video. Yeah, go to YouTube and say, Dr. Umar gets caught filming his house. oh, sorry, family. That been a mistake. That shit was disgusting. Damn. You know, get somebody's kids. Are you crazy? I wouldn't even send a retarded kid to him. Are you crazy? Oh, man, I'm moving. That's why the house there ain't no moving. You heard this shit is just completely trifling. Oh my god. There you go.
Strong alpha male, send those resumes in. FDMG resumes at gmail.com. FDMG resumes.
It flipped on. See, that junk flipped on. Oh, what happened? What happened? Oh man.
Is what we're looking for. My thing is
That ain't your house, is it, Joby?
No, hell no. I may have my clothes all over my bed, but not all over my floor. Hell no. Hell do hell no. I may have clothes all over my bed, but not that all over my house. That's for sure. No.
This the guy want to educate your kids, Joby.
That's crazy. Shout out to 10 Speed. Hope you're doing amazing. He says, remember, Cat Williams says the exposure 2025 from R is done. And KW Don saying, calling it Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Leadership Academy is oxymoronic.
It's oxymoronic. It is oxymoronic. Yeah.
Frederick Douglass was an integrate.
Integrationist. And Adam Milano. So he didn't have hate because there was integrationalist and a mulatto. And Marcus Garvey was about black people lifting themselves up and black pride and Pan Africanism. So exactly. It's oxymoronic.
Says Tariq's wife might have left him also, and
that's what I heard. Who's saying that? Who's saying that, Joe?
W Don.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Kid. I heard Lexi might be gone. Lexi might have left with the kids because the scams run out. The bank account's getting low. money's getting funny. Like Dr. Umar, Tariq's money's getting funny. So we don't know. I'll say allegedly. I'm not gonna get Candace Owens. Allegedly. Tariq's wife has left his ass. Allegedly. Yeah, the money's getting funny. They'll call up Joby. Joby, you a teller? Yes, I am.
Easy. But also Ten Speed says Umar called out. Okay, Dr. Umar called out was scared to debate, then fall away for a drag. Shout to also Aaron. He says, type in get a job, Dr. Umar in YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, go get a job, Dr. Umar. I don't know who ever hired this crazy bastard.
Shout out to Sonic, and I also see Jason says haven't heard nothing about a Rick Liquor Store Museum. That's what's up. But
you heard about who?
He's not heard about Tariq's Liquor Store Museum.
Oh, the museum, the liquor store. Yeah, I heard. He's going to have to sell it because it's going broke. No one's coming in. He's going to have to sell that thing because he bought it with a loan. He stole all those people money like Dr. Umar. He bought it. He put a mortgage out on the building, but he had the money to pay for the whole thing. And he had the money to pay, but he wanted to keep that money, so he went to the bank and got a mortgage on it. And so now he owes that money on the bank, and he kept that $1 million to support his lifestyle because that's the Tariq code. But now people are struggling, they broke, and the money's getting funny, so he can't trying to make all these new movies. Hey, family, donate this to the new movie. I ain't donating no money. I don't do no one of your fucking movies. Get out of here. So his money's getting funny. So Lexi's probably saying, Tariq, your money's getting funny. I'm not old yet. I can probably put this booty out in the stroll.
Wow.
Anyway, go ahead. That's right, Joe. Put that booty on the stroll.
The much love family. Have yourselves as part of your day. See you guys, of course, same time, same place tomorrow, right here on the Blackout Fire Network. And thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in. Kindly ensure you download our app on the Google Play Store, and once you have the app, you can be able to catch up.
You can watch this time about Lexi getting on the stroll for free.
You can catch up all the shows on Rumble and BitChute through the application. Will be taken to all our streaming platforms.
And also, guys, anybody wants to join the WhatsApp chat room, like all videos, I'm gonna put the link in the comment section. Anybody wants to join our WhatsApp chat room, I'm gonna put the link in the comment section of this video. Go back and click on it and be part of our chat room.
Yes.
WhatsApp.
And love, family. Be
Peace.
careful. Be safe.
Watch it, and make sure you got 2 rubbers. You don't want to be on child support.
Exactly. I hope you're not paying no child support, and I hope you're not also sending Dr. Umar no money. Have a good
I ain't got no money. I got too much stuff I gotta do. I got too much stuff I gotta do in Africa. I ain't getting nobody no damn money. And